When your pet gets sick, it's stressful. Finding help doesn't have to be. Count on Animal Emergency Care and Boundary Bay Veterinary Specialty Hospital to care for your furry family members when everyone else is closed. 24 hours, 7 days a week, including holidays. On Meridian in Bellingham.
Hey, you know what's cuter than a kitten? Nothing. Nothing's cuter than a kitten.
I know what's cuter.
Oh, what?
2 kittens.
Oh, well, there you go. I can't argue with that. Hi, Laura Clark from the Whatcom Humane Society.
Good morning. My kitten really wants to come visit you, so I'm going to let her loose. Here she comes.
Okay.
Woo-hoo.
Kitten on the loose.
Sniff, sniff, sniff. Explore,
Sniffing and
explore.
pushing buttons and talking into microphones.
Yeah.
It is kitten season.
You said you'd get more, and here they are.
I did not lie, so I brought you Tempeh and Soybean.
Tempeh and Soybean.
Were
Which
they
one do I...
fostered by a vegan family?
Well, they might have been. Their mother, Tofu, is back at the shelter having a little mommy time right now.
Yeah, self-care.
Yep, self-care. And they all arrived as strays about a month ago. Wonderful foster home took great care of them, and now they are back at the shelter. So Tempeh and Soybean are about 8 weeks old. They are 2 female, beautiful tabby kittens. Mom is also a stunner. And these 2 girls would love to stay together. And so 2 kittens is always better than 1. And I'm not just saying that because I want people to adopt 2 cats. Really, kittens are spastic, energetic, they're nocturnal, they're a little crazy, and they really do better in pairs where they can socialize with one another and play with one another and get into kitten shenanigans and do all the fun things. But it's a single kitten can be a frustrating kitten.
Yeah. Okay, well, they're super cute, and yeah, if they can entertain themselves, then they'll be even cuter because they won't be waking you up at 3 a.m.
Exactly. So, yep, they are just 2 of many adult cats, kittens, everything and anything you can think of in between. We have it available for adoption at the Whatcom Humane Society right now.
Oh, they're sweet.
Yeah, and a reminder that when you adopt a cat or a dog or a kitten or a whatever, spayed and neutered, vaccinated, microchipped, which is a permanent form of ID. And with the 4th of July right around the corner, make sure your animals are wearing ID tags and or are microchipped. We can do that for you at the Whatcom Humane Society this week if you need it done.
Awesome.
Okay,
Okay, so let's talk about the hot weather. We're through the worst of it, but it's still pretty bad.
It's terrible.
This is the first time in my life I have ever had, as part of my regular schedule, watering the dogs.
Yeah.
But we're getting the dogs wet because they're just panting. They're in the basement where it's the coolest in our house, but it's still 89 degrees down there.
It's gross.
So, yeah, we've been taking a towel that's soaked and just watering the dogs.
One of the things we've been really concerned about this past week is just the domestic animals. Believe it or not, we had people leaving animals in hot cars.
Oh,
remarkably.
no.
But the pavement has been so hot that it has been burning the pads on animals' feet. And so a good thing to think about is if you're thinking of taking your animal out, take your palm of your hand and put it on the pavement for 5 seconds. If it's too hot for your palm, it is too hot for your animal's pads. And don't go for a walk. Okay. Just stop. Don't do it. And then the livestock and the wildlife, they're really suffering right now. Bird baths, fill them up. Make sure your water troughs for your livestock is filled up. I have chickens, and my chickens were open mouth panting this past couple days
I have a friend who has chickens, and one of them died, and he was trying everything he could figure out to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's hot, and while you're right, guys, we made it through the horror of the past few days. It's still really, really warm, and with the 4th of July coming up, it's also a really scary time for animals in general.
Yeah, well, this is our last KAFE Kritters before the 4th, too, so let's talk about those fireworks.
Let's talk about those fireworks. They're bad. I am sorry for those people that like them, but they're just bad. They terrify the animals. They terrify some people. And the thing about the fireworks is the big shows are lovely. Go enjoy them. They can be done safely. Leave your animal at home, though. Don't take them to the fireworks show. I can guarantee they don't want to go. But the neighborhood fireworks, the animals try and get away from that noise, and there's nowhere to run because the noise is everywhere. And that's when it gets really, really dangerous because they just keep running, and it's terrifying. Also terrifying for wildlife. Our wildlife rehab center, we actually lose animals that are in care every year because they have heart attacks. It's awful. It's just an awful time. So
now, you've told us for years about thunder shirts for dogs, and I'm starting to see ads for those on TV now, but those are an effective thing for some dogs.
There
right?
are some great products out there, some natural as well as pharmaceutical anxiety.
Like CBD for pets?
I give CBD to my pets every night for arthritis,
Oh, okay.
but also for anxiety.
Okay.
So if your animal, you think they're going to need something from the vet, call your vet right now. As soon as you're done watching this video, call your vet. Don't wait until July 3rd
Yeah.
and get what they need. But also you can go to any good local pet supply store and look at the CBD oils, the Thunder shirts, get them a interactive toy, play music in the barn for the horses, things like that. And just, again, can't stress enough, ID, microchip, make sure your animal is aware. If you're going out of town, make sure the pet sitter has all that info as well.
Okay, and think of Whatcom Humane Society as a resource for all of that. Laura Clark, thank you so much. This is soybean and
Tempeh.
tempeh.
Mom tofu is also available.
Okay, at the Whatcom Humane Society. Thank you, Laura.
Have a great week.